Welcome to big, beautiful Brazil. Brazil is responsible for exporting a massive 30% of coffee around the globe, with 80% of this being Arabica. Coffee was introduced to Brazil by Francisco de Melo Paeta in 1727. Today, Brazil is the world's largest coffee producer and has also made significant inroads into the specialty coffee arena. These varietals include Bourbon, Típica, Caturra and Mundo Novo. All methods of processing are commonly used here: wet processed, semi-washed, natural dried processed and pulped natural. Although there are still large commercially owned plantations, about 70% of coffee farms in Brazil are now less than 10 hectares. 80% of coffee from Brazil is Arabica, and there are some excellent sweet, full-bodied cups being grown in microclimates at high altitude, using the Bourbon variety. I'd heard a lot about these varietals and was keen to give them a try. Brazil holds a particularly special place in my heart, as it was where I started my coffee apprenticeship over 15 years ago. My Brazilian coffee trail begins in Santos, then north to Tiradentes, Carmo do Rio Claro, and finally back to Rio de Janeiro. Santos is the busiest port in Latin America and a city rich in coffee history. Welcome to Santos. This is the Bolsa Oficial de Café, and inside are the old auction rooms. They're closed now, but they've turned it into a museum of coffee, so let's take a tour inside. My guide through the museum is the bubbly and informative Mayana. Her knowledge of this magnificent building even stretched to the supernatural.
Some say that we have ghosts here, right?
Ghosts here? Fantastic, I like ghosts. Friendly ghosts?
Okay, the place.
Salão de Pregão.
Salão de Pregão, very good, okay? The sort of an auction, right?
Yeah. So the buyers are on one side and the sellers on the other side?
Each farmer or buyer had a broker. He used to hire. My broker used to sit, and so that they could have a contact, a visual. Imagine if each broker starts talking, everyone would talk together. You wouldn't hear anything.
You wouldn't hear anything.
I would do something like this, like to show. If
some
I do like this, oh no, I didn't like. Just gestures.
Okay. So this is the champion bag lifter.
He's Jacinto, okay? When they had some time to rest, they would make competitions. Who lifts more sacks? And Jacinto was always the winner, okay? Lifting 5 sacks.
That's a funny way to relax, isn't it?
He was very young when he died. He was 28 because of problems in his back, because of his life, right?
Thanks, Mayana. That was a great little tour.
Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, and volte sempre.
That means I can come back anytime?
Anytime.
So it's out of the city of Santos and to our first farm, Santo Antonio. And I was here to look at the strain of varietal from the red Bourbon derivative they were developing.
The basis is the red Bourbon that came from the Bourbon Island, Martinique, French colony.
Yeah.
And they had a variety called yellow from Botucatu. So they crossed the red Bourbon with the yellow Botucatu and then created the yellow Bourbon.
These farmers are a great example of the fact single origin coffees are now a thriving industry in Brazil. Production is high quality, traceable lots with distinctive flavours, rubbishing the antiquated generalisations about the poor quality of coffee from Brazil.
The way we look to the plant and we can feel the trees. We feel, it's like when you look to a person and you look, hey, the person is down. And we look to the trees and we can say, we created kind of a connection with the trees. That's beautiful.
Then it was back to Santo Antonio to sample some of the latest crop.
Time for a break. That's a 2-year-old natural, rested.
Because he's a certified seed grower and he plants out, he's seeing the results of the young trees, seeing that the seed variety he's been using is a good one. It's beautiful little towns like this that make travelling through Brazil so much fun. But my destination today is Carmo do Rio Claro, where my coffee journey started about 12 years ago. I can't wait to get there, catch up with some old mates and have a few cafezinho. I'm on my way to see my old mate Robbie. He's the guy who took me under his wing all those years ago and taught me so much about farming. That's Garrett. How are you, mate? Good to see you. Long time.
Tudo bem?
It was great to see he hadn't changed a bit.
My American daughter.
Just like a child, the critical phase of life for the maturing coffee bean is in its infancy. Seedlings need protection in a controlled environment. A nursery will provide this for up to 9 months before they are then taken to the plantations. So wherever there are good plantations, there also needs to be good viveron, or what's called a nursery. The seeds have been planted in this well-prepared soil, so there's every chance that the seed is going to sprout. As this one's done, explain to me what you call that in Brazilian.
The name is matchsticks.
A matchstick.
Matchsticks in this stage.
After the matchstick, we have
orelhas de onça. Leopard ears.
leopard ears.
Leopard ears.
But we're growing coffee, not leopards. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, good. Unlike higher altitude coffee is grown on mountainsides, a lot of coffee in Brazil is grown on flatlands, and due to the uniform maturation of coffee here, the most popular method of harvesting is mechanical. This is the method employed on Robbie's farm, and he was only too happy to show me his beast. So the way the mechanical harvester works is the line of trees go through the middle here. So the stem goes through there, these open up, but the way the fruit's removed from the tree is from these spindles, which are flexible and bend and knock the branches, which then knocks off the ripened fruit and leaves the unripened. And these you can adjust, is that right, Robbie? You can adjust the strength of the way they move, the speed in which they circulate, the vibration, speed.
Yeah.
So you can adjust it to how you want to take the beans off and be selective about which ones you want to come off. So there's a bit of adjustment to make before you start.
Yeah.
You've got to line it up so you get as high a percentage of the right beans as possible. In Brazil, there are over 6,000 small farmers who are members of the Fair Trade certification. The co-ops distribute profits and ensure that all business dealings done with buyers are transparent. Well, several farmers have hired a truck, put all their lots, their bags, and they bring them into Cooperative. This gentleman here, he checks the defect and the smell of the coffee. Then he places it into a particular pile within the warehouse that fits its quality and its appearance and shape and size, and also the smell. This one's a lot cleaner and a lot more green coffee smell to it, and a lot fresher. So this one scores a bit higher, so it's placed in a different lot. It's time to bid Robbie a fond farewell and head south to Ital Institute. The Ital Institute is a coffee research lab specialising in chemical, biological, sensorial and physical analysis of coffee. The labs are equipped with the latest technology, enabling an incredible array of research to be undertaken. Well, that was very interesting. We just went into the research lab and tasted some coffees, and one of the really intriguing things about what they're studying in there at the moment is the contribution of fungus to the aroma of coffee. I couldn't get any more out of them than that. A paper is being released next year, so until then I'll just have to wonder. School's out, I'm off to Rio for Carnival. Not only on this tour of Brazil have we discovered the natural beauty, but also the warmth and friendliness of the local people. But what's really been astounding for me when it comes to coffee is these new select naturals and pulp naturals that are coming through. The yellow bourbons. I just can't wait to get home and taste them on the espresso machine. I leave Brazil with a new favourite brew of coffee, the yellow bourbon. And for me, a sense of returning to where it all began,